Hello, my name is Leah Sugarman. Welcome to this gentle flow. This is an all levels practice, so everyone is welcome. And you don't need any props for this practice, but you may wish to grab a towel or a blanket or a pillow or anything that you'd like to get comfortable in your seat. So start in a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. You're welcome to place any of those blankets or pillows underneath your seat if you want to elevate your hips a little bit. If you feel comfortable sitting flat on the floor, then go for it. So just find any position that feels good for you. You're welcome to sit cross-legged or on your heels, whatever works for you. And then ground down into your sitting bones and lift up tall through the crown of your head. Relax the weight of your shoulders down away from your ears. And then take a moment to either soften your gaze, or if it feels comfortable for you, you could close your eyes completely. Take a second to just settle into your body here in this moment. And start to settle into your breath. Just observe its natural rhythm. Watch your breath draw in with every inhale and slowly release out with every exhale. And just slow this rhythm a little bit so that you have a nice steady beat to follow throughout your practice. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Now if your eyes are closed, slowly flutter them back open and start to bring some movement to the steady rhythm of your breath. So as you inhale, reach your arms up toward the sky, and as you exhale, slowly release them back down. Inhale, sweep your arms toward the sky. Exhale, slowly release them back down. Inhale, sweep your arms toward the sky. This time, exhale, release your right fingertips behind your right hip and draw your left hand toward your right knee. Inhale, grow tall through your back body. And as you exhale, spiral and twist your whole torso toward the right. With every inhale you take, grow a little bit taller through your spine. With every exhale, spiral and rotate your torso a little bit further toward the right. Inhale deeply here. And as you exhale, slowly unwind your twist, come back to center. And inhale, sweep your arms up over your head. Exhale, this time release your left fingertips behind your left hip. Draw your right hand to your left knee. Inhale, elongate your spine. Exhale, spiral and twist your torso toward the left. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, rotate and twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, spiral. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly unwind your twist, come back to center. Again, grow really tall through your back body and release your right fingertips or your palm next to your right hip. Inhale, lengthen your left arm up toward the sky. And as you exhale, hinge and lean toward your right. Ground your left sitting bones into the floor and reach out through your left fingertips so you lengthen your whole left side body. And then keep this length as you ever so slightly spin your heart to face up toward the ceiling. Inhale deeply. Exhale, root firmly into your right hand to rise back up to sit. And slowly release your left fingertips either to the floor next to your left hip, or you can ground your left palm. Inhale, reach your right arm up toward the sky, lengthen your side body. And as you exhale, hinge and lean toward your left. Again, ground your right sitting bones to the floor, lengthen out through your right fingertips. Feel length through your whole right side body. And then from this length, gently spiral and spin your chest to face toward the ceiling. Inhale deeply. Exhale, root down against your left hand. Slowly draw yourself back up to sit. If you want to switch the cross of your legs or change the positioning of your seat completely, feel free to do so. And again, root firmly into your seat. Lift up tall through your back body. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, stretch the crown of your head toward the sky. And as you exhale, gently release your right ear toward your right shoulder. Soften the muscles in your jaw and your face. And just allow the weight of your head to dangle down with gravity. On your next breath, slowly draw your head back up to neutral. Reach up tall through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, gently release your left ear toward your left shoulder. Again, soften the muscles of your jaw, your cheeks, your whole face. And simply allow the weight of your head to melt toward the floor. On your next breath, slowly draw your head back to center. And this time, exhale, release your chin toward your chest in the center of your body. Allow the weight of your head to hang heavy toward the mat. On your next breath, slowly draw your head back up. And if you're sitting on anything, you can remove it now, place it over to the side of your mat, and then cross your ankles and roll forward onto all fours. So find a neutral tabletop position. Align your shoulders roughly over your wrists, align your hips roughly over your knees, and lengthen through your whole back body. So stretch the crown of your head forward, lengthen your tailbone back behind you. Now from here, just gently sway your hips over toward the right, and then draw them back to center, and slowly release your hips over toward your left. Inhale, draw your hips back to center. Exhale, release your hips to the right. Inhale, draw your hips back to center. Exhale, release your hips to the left. And continue moving like this. Follow your own rhythm of breath. If it feels nice to stop and hold in a position on one side, maybe you feel a nice stretch on one side, feel free to do that. And then take one more breath in each direction. And slowly draw yourself back to a neutral tabletop. Now from here, lean the weight of your whole body over toward the right. Lean your shoulders and your hips toward the right. And then slowly draw your hips back towards your heels. Lean the weight of your shoulders back. And then continue to take a half circle. Lean your whole body over toward the left. Lean your hips and your shoulders toward the left. And continue with a full circle. Lean the weight of your torso forward. And then continue all the way toward the right. So take this full body circle. Follow your own breath. Let your breath guide the movements. And then the next time you end up on the right side, just reverse directions with your circles. Come forward and then toward the left, and then back behind you, and back over toward the right. On your next breath, draw yourself back to a neutral tabletop. Again, re-lengthen your spine, stretch the crown of your head forward, lengthen your tailbone behind you. And on your next inhale, relax the weight of your belly toward the mat, draw your shoulder blades toward each other, peel open your chest, option to look up toward the sky. Exhale, ground firmly into your palms and round through your whole back body. Hug your navel in and up, draw your shoulder blades apart from each other, and look towards your belly button. Inhale, soften your belly down toward the floor. Peel open your chest. Lift your gaze. Exhale, round your back body. Draw your navel in and up. Now continue to move just like this. Follow your own rhythm of breath. And let your breath guide the movements. You're more than welcome to continue flowing forward and back in a classic cat and cow position. Or if you'd like to add some more organic movement into this, you may wish to take circular motions with your torso. Maybe bend into your elbows as you round your back body. And lengthen your chest toward the floor. If you're taking those cylindrical movements, maybe reverse directions. Maybe you'd like to play with leaning your weight back almost toward a child's pose as you release your hips to your heels. And then maybe leaning your weight forward as you open through your chest. So play around, get wild with your cat and cow. Play around with any of these organic movements that really feel nice in your body right now. And take 2 more breaths wherever you are. And then when you feel ready, draw yourself back to a neutral tabletop and walk your hands forward about 1 palm's distance. Spread your fingers wide and ground down evenly into the perimeter of your palms, and then tuck your toes underneath. Lift your knees up off the floor, ground down against your hands, and send your sit bones high into downward facing dog. So option to bend your knees as much as you would like to here. Root firmly into your palms and lift up out of your shoulders so that you can reach your sitting bones toward the ceiling. Relax the weight of your heels toward the floor. No need for them to ever touch, but just allow their weight to ground down toward the mat. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, bend your right knee as deeply as you can. Stretch and straighten your left leg as much as you comfortably can. Inhale deeply. And then exhale, bend into your left knee deeply. Stretch and straighten your right leg as much as you comfortably can. Inhale here. Exhale, bend your right knee. Stretch your left leg towards straight. Inhale here. Exhale, bend your left leg. Stretch and straighten your right. On your next breath, draw yourself back into your neutral downward facing dog and look forward between your hands. Take a big step to place your right foot next to your right thumb. Now, if it doesn't make it all the way up there, you can literally just pick it up and place it there. Soften your back knee down to the floor and rise up onto your fingertips. Shift the weight of your hips forward and melt their weight down toward the mat. And then roll your shoulders down your back and expand and lengthen your whole spine as you stretch the crown of your head forward. Allow the weight of your hips to really soften toward the floor, but counter this by lifting up out of your spine. Inhale here. And as you exhale, shift the weight of your hips back to align over your left knee. And then walk your fingertips in closer toward your body. Flex your right ankle, lift your toes off the floor and spread them wide. An option to keep your right knee bent, or maybe you'd like to slide your right heel forward and work your leg towards straight. Root your right heel down into the floor, and without movement, just energetically slide it toward the back of your mat so you feel the back of your leg really turn on. And then keep this as you simultaneously ground down into your back knee. And without movement, energetically draw it toward the front of your mat so that your legs scissor toward each other. Inhale, elongate your spine. An option to stay here, or exhale, lead with your chest and fold forward over your front leg. Continue to activate your legs, scissor them toward each other. And if you folded, inhale to slowly rise back up. And exhale, bend deeply into your front knee, ground your foot back down to the floor. Bring both hands to the inside of your right foot and heel ball toe your right foot toward the right side of your mat. Again, you're welcome to stay on fingertips if it feels more comfortable to you. You could be on fists or you could be on your palms. And elongate the crown of your head forward, sink the weight of your hips toward the floor. You have the option to stay exactly as you are. If you want to add a little bit of movement here, you could slowly lean your whole body over toward the right and then send your weight back behind you and then lean your whole body toward the left before you send your weight forward in front of you. So again, just like you did in your tabletop position, just take these circles through the whole body, moving your hips, moving your spine, to really bring some fresh blood flow to all parts of your body here. And then if you're taking those circles, reverse directions, move in the opposite way. On your next breath, come back to your neutral position. Tuck your back toes underneath, lift your back knee off the floor, and step your right foot back into downward facing dog. Again, create length through your back body, option to bend your knees as much as you would like to here. Root firmly into your palms, lift out of your shoulders, send your sit bones high. On your next inhale, look forward. And again, take a big step this time, bring your left foot next to your left. Option to pick up your foot and place it there. Soften your back knee to the floor and rise up onto your fingertips. Soften the weight of your hips forward and down and elongate your whole back body. Reach the crown of your head up toward the sky. Soften into your breath. Just observe wherever you might feel some sensation. And imagine that you could send your breath directly to that place. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, shift the weight of your hips back until they align over your right knee. And tiptoe your fingers in closer towards your body. Flex your left ankle. Lift your toes from the floor and spread them wide. Activate your foot. Ground your left heel firmly into the mat, and without movement, just energetically slide it toward the back of your mat. Do the same thing with your right knee. Ground it into the floor and energetically slide it toward the top of your mat, so you scissor your legs toward each other. Inhale, elongate your spine. An option to stay here, or exhale, lead with your chest, hinge from your hips, and fold forward over your front leg. Continue to scissor your legs toward each other the whole time. If you folded, inhale to slowly rise back up. Bend deeply into your left knee and ground your foot back down to the floor. And then walk your hands to the inside of your left foot and heel ball toe your left foot toward the left side of your mat. Again, you can be on fingertips, you can be on fists, you could release down onto your palms. Find the positioning that feels best for you in this moment. And sink the weight of your hips low, stretch the crown of your head forward. Now again, you may wish to stay here in stillness. Maybe this feels great for you right now. If you'd like to add a little bit of movement, lean the weight of your whole body over toward the left, and then send the weight of your hips and your shoulders back as you lean all the way toward the right, and then lean your weight forward. And just continue to make these circles once again, just like you did before. This time just in a slightly different position. And just notice the movement. Notice your breath as you move. As you slowly just start to lubricate and warm up all of these major joints in your body. Now if you're taking circles, slowly reverse directions, move the opposite way. And then on your next breath, come back to that neutral position. Tuck your back toes underneath, lift your back knee off the floor, ground into your palms, and step your left foot back to meet your right in downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, and exhale, slowly tiptoe to walk your feet forward toward the top of your mat. Bend your knees as much as you would like to get here. And then once you reach the top of your mat, surrender the weight of your upper body forward and down. Let everything hang heavy. You can just dangle toward the floor. You're welcome to hold on to opposite elbows if that feels nice. If you'd like to, you can reach your arms back behind you and interlace your fingers. Stretch your arms down over your head. Option here to bend your knees as much as you would like to. Option to lean your weight forward toward the balls of your feet. Option to shake your head yes and no. Release tension from your neck. Notice if your breath changes here. And just observe its rhythm. Inhale deeply. If you're holding your arms, exhale, slowly release them down toward the mat. And then inhale, lift up halfway, elongate your back body, stretch the crown of your head forward. You can rest your hands on your thighs, your shins, or the floor. Exhale, fold forward and release. Bend your knees deeply until you can plant your palms and slowly step your feet back into downward facing dog. From your inhale, roll your weight forward toward plank. Soften your knees to the floor and slowly release down onto the mat. Untuck your toes. Press the tops of your feet firmly into the floor. Roll your shoulders down your back, hug your shoulder blades together, and inhale, peel your heart forward and up. Exhale, softly release back down to the floor. Ground down into your palms, bend deeply into your knees, and send the weight of your hips back towards your heels into child's pose. Now you're more than welcome to have your knees either together or apart. You're welcome to have your arms reaching forward or maybe reaching back behind you. Find the position that feels best for you right now. And allow your weight to soften and relax down. Notice any changes in your breath. And then on your next inhale, slowly round up through your spine, rise up into a seat. Send your hips over to one side and stretch your legs forward in front of you. So if you started sitting on any blankets or pillows and you want to use them again now, feel free to grab them. If you feel comfortable sitting on the floor, then stay as you are. So root down into your sitting bones, lift up tall through the crown of your head. Activate your feet, flex your ankles, ground your heels firmly into the floor, and spread your toes. Now take your fingertips back behind your hips and ground down into your fingertips as you roll your shoulders back and elongate your spine. Option to stay here just like this, or if you would like to, you could lead with your chest and hinge from your hips to fold forward over your legs. And you can fold as little or as much as you'd like to here. Soften into your breath. And soften into your body. Now if you folded, inhale to slowly rise back up and find your way onto your back. Bend deeply into both knees and draw them in toward your chest. And give yourself a hug. Wrap your arms around your legs. And if it feels nice, just gently sway your hips from side to side. Massage your lower back. And then bring your legs back to center. Keep them as they are, but release your arms. Then you're welcome to open them out into a T shape in line with your shoulders. If you'd like to, you can bend your elbows and create a cactus shape. But just focus on softening your shoulders down away from your ears. Inhale deeply here. Relax the weight of your shoulders into the mat. And as you exhale, slowly release both knees over toward your left. So again, you're welcome to place your knees over blankets or pillows. You could place those props between your knees as well if you'd like, or you can just let them dangle to the floor or reach it. Relax the weight of your right shoulder down toward the mat. And you can turn your head in any direction that feels comfortable for your neck. On your next breath, slowly, mindfully, draw your legs back to center. Continue to relax the weight of your shoulders into the floor, and then slowly release both knees over toward your right this time. Again, feel free to place blankets or pillows underneath or between your knees. You could have your legs just dangle, or maybe they reach the floor. Strive to find a position that you can soften into. And as you allow your body to soften, let your breath do the same. Maybe even allow your mind to do the same. And on your next breath, slowly draw your knees back to center. Release your feet to the floor and then draw the soles of your feet to touch so that your knees open out wide. Now, if you'd like to, you can grab your own fists and slide them underneath your thigh bones for some added support here. Maybe you'd prefer to grab your blankets or your towels or pillows and slide them underneath your knees. Maybe your knees reach the floor, or you could allow them to just dangle. So again, find the position that feels most comfortable for you. Relax the weight of your shoulders into the floor. Soften the weight of your knees toward the floor. Maybe soften your gaze or close your eyes. Draw your awareness inside. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, gently release your legs out long toward the bottom of your mat and let them be about as wide as your mat so that your legs can completely soften and relax down. And then release your arms by your sides. If it feels nice, then turn your palms to face up toward the sky. Soften the weight of both of your legs firmly into the mat. Allow the weight of your pelvis to soften toward the floor. Surrender the weight of your spine and your whole torso down. Relax your arms into the floor. Melt your shoulders down into the mat. And surrender the weight of your whole chest. Soften your neck and allow the full weight of your skull, all of the weight of your head, to surrender down to the floor. Soften your full body. Soften your breath. And allow all of this to relax your mind. Give yourself permission to completely melt into this final resting pose. Savasana. Feel free to stay here for as long as time allows today. Thank you so much for sharing your practice.